has said yesterday, the 30th, that the first straw poll would happen. The results of the Security Council's first secret straw poll on July the 30th, 2026, paint a tough picture for Uganda's candidate, Olara Otunnu, finishing last among the 7 contenders with 2 discouraged, 5 encouraged, 5 discouraged, and 8 no opinions. His campaign faces diplomatic headwinds. What the numbers mean for Otunnu? Weak base of initial support. Receiving only 2 encouraged votes in a 15-member council means Otunnu currently lacks the backing needed to build a viable path. A candidate ultimately needs at least 9 affirmative votes and 0 vetoes from permanent members, P5, to be formally recommended. The significant early resistance indicates a very significant resistance. The 5 discouraged votes signal active opposition, while it is not yet public whether any of those non-affirmative votes came from a veto yielding P5 members, US, UK, France, China, Russia. High discouragement numbers in early rounds often function as a strong diplomatic hint to step aside. The uncommitted majority, with 8 council members marking no opinion, a vast majority of the council hasn't explicitly written him off, but they haven't bought into his candidacy either. Key analytical takeaways is, number 1, the late entry penalty. Otunnu was submitted by Uganda very late in the cycle, July 26, because of the tight timeline. He missed the General Assembly's interactive public dialogues and town hall sessions held between April and July, where other candidates spent months pitching their platforms. General Assembly Presidency Nelia Batoro highlights that this gap, noting he was unable to present his vision to the wider membership before the council took its first informal vote. Secondly, there's regional dynamics favor Latin America and the Caribbean. That's GRULAC. The UN operates an informal system of regional rotation, with Antonio Guterres, that's Western Europe, completing his 2nd term. The diplomatic momentum overwhelmingly favors the Latin American and Caribbean region. The top 4 vote getters in this first poll: Rebecca Granspan from Costa Rica, Caroline Rodriguez Bucket from Guyana, Rafael Grossi from Argentina, and Michael Bachelet, Chile, all hail from GRULAC. As an African candidate, Otunnu faced a steep structural hurdle, especially with Senegal's Macky Sall also competing for African representation and pulling higher engagement. Now, thirdly, there's irony of the Otunnu formula. In an ironic twist of diplomatic history, Otunnu is finishing last in a polling system he invented. In December 1981, while serving as president of the Security Council, Otunnu created the straw poll procedure, then called the Otunnu formula, to break deadlocks and gauge candidate viably without forcing formal votes. Now, fourthly, there is gender and reform expectations. Key stakeholders, including the US, represented by Ambassador Mike Waltz, are pressing for structural reform, while a strong movement among broader member states favors electing the first ever female UN Secretary General. Otunnu's traditional profile has a veteran diplomat, former Under Secretary General, and special representative, conflicts with the push for a female leader or a fresh reform-minded outsider. So what comes next? Otunnu's candidacy is not legally dead. The straw polls are non-binding informal assessment, and no rule forces a candidate to drop out on a single round. However, standard UN election diplomacy suggests high risk of early withdrawal unless Uganda and Otunnu can rapidly turn no opinion votes into encouraged, which are 8 votes before the next expected straw poll in August. Pressure will build from Kampala and regional allies to withdraw gracefully rather than face compounding discouragement. Now, there's also focus will shift to the General Assembly. If Otunnu remains in the race, his immediate priority must be participating in an interactive dialogue in the General Assembly to explain his vision and attempt to build bottom-up pressure on the Security Council. We'll be here to watch together with you.